This is an example of how police in Louisville might execute a search warrant at someone's house. But that doesn't happen without one of these, a signature from a judge. They have the final say. But can you figure out who these signatures are supposed to be? We certainly can't. And people who are at the courthouse every day can't either. Can you identify any of those signatures?
I'll be perfectly honest. What I'm trying to do is look at the first initial of each of these names to see if I can put it together.
How long have you been trying cases in Jefferson County?
21 years. No, I can't identify any of those signatures.
That is Ted Schaus, longtime attorney in Louisville.
It goes to transparency.
To get a warrant to search someone's home, police must establish probable cause. They gather whatever information they can and present it to one of the 30 Jefferson County judges, like District Court Judge Julie Kalin.
The next step would be actually signing the warrant, which gives law enforcement the authority to go and perform the search warrant.
There's just one thing. In most cases, you can't tell which judge made the final decision to say something like this was okay.
We should know what judge is issuing what warrant in what case. The public should know that.
WDRB and the Kentucky Center for Investigative Reporting analyzed more than 200 search warrants executed in Louisville this year and found only 65 of them have legible signatures. That means nearly 72% of those signatures are unidentifiable.
That one looks familiar to me, but I can't read any of these and I have no idea. I mean, that looks like a G and maybe an H, but some of these.
These are just some of the signatures from the hundreds of search warrants in our investigation. And this is the one we saw most often, on 23 warrants. But who is it? We don't know, and neither would any of the people whose homes were searched. I want to show you these. Can you identify any of these signatures?
No, and these are people I've worked with every day, for the past year and a half.
Judge Kalin tells us she thought scribbled signatures were an issue months ago, so she came up with her own solution.
I recognize that, not everyone has a signature that's understandable. My signature is not understandable, but that's why I write my name as well.
Sure enough, underneath her signature, her last name is printed.
It is just such a simple fix. I don't understand why we would not do it.
But Chief Circuit Court Judge Angela McCormick-Bissig disagrees.
The legal standard remains the same regardless of which judge signs it. I guess I disagree with the premise that they're not identified. I don't think any of those judges are hidden. I think any of those judges could be identified.
And that's true. But to do that, someone would need to come to the courthouse with a search warrant, request and examine documents from 30 different judges' courts, and then cross-reference those signatures with the one on the warrant.
Although it's a person would know at some point, and they don't know maybe the second it's being served, I struggled a little bit to see what difference that would make in terms of whether the document was valid.
The whole point of having a warrant to show the person whose privacy is being invaded as a way of saying, here is the legitimate authority under which I am invading your privacy. How can they tell if it's legitimate if they can't tell who signed it?
On our website at WDRB.com and in partnership with the Kentucky Center for Investigative Reporting, we examine how other states have laws that force judges to sign legibly. Travis Ragsdale, WDRB News.